Hello, everyone. Hope you are doing good. I'm Halima. Pleased to welcome you all for today's session in Partner Enablement Program. Along with me, I have my colleague Sachin, and together we will be delivering a session on Partner Center, a general overview.
Hello, everyone.
This is our agenda for today. We will start with an introduction to Partner Center and then talk about Cloud Solution Provider Program in brief. And then we will continue with CSP models and different partner types. We will then deep dive into different capabilities provided by Partner Center to CSP partners and discuss some common support scenarios. We will end the session with announcements and Partner Center status. Let's start with introduction to Partner Center. Microsoft Partner Center is your one-stop location for managing your end-to-end relationship with Microsoft. And it also provides you tools, resources to help you transact and grow your business in the Cloud Solution Provider program. It provides you required tools, resources to help you transact and grow your business exponentially. It's an evolving platform where additional features are being added constantly to help CSP partners to improve customer experience. As a CSP partner, you can use Partner Center to manage your partner organization and your end customer service end to end, starting with managing your Microsoft CSP account and users present in your partner tenant, engaging with customers, as in establishing reseller relationship with the existing customer tenant and also creating tenants for new customers. Build relationship with other partners. In terms of tier 2 models in which indirect providers and indirect reseller partners can work together to assist their end customers. Manage customer subscriptions by provisioning new offerings. Partner Center also allows you to manage the customer's tenant via admin permissions. You can view your invoices, charges details via the reconciliation files along with the payment history. Additionally, for any technical or program-related queries, you can raise support requests for yourself and your end customers from Partner Center. Cloud Solution Provider Program. A cloud solution provider, also known as CSP program, allows you to provide end-to-end support from suggesting CSP offers, ordering offers for your customers, and providing them with extensive support to meet their business goals. Some of the benefits are deeper customer engagements, as you would interact regularly with your customers, which will help you to develop a better understanding of their business. Increase profits by provisioning offerings as per your customers' requirements, which will lead to increase in new support, service, and billing. It will create new revenue streams for your organization. You will be able to offer customer industry-specific solutions bundled with Microsoft products, thus adding values. Let's talk about CSP models and different partner types. There are two models under the CSP program. First one is indirect model, which is also as known as a tier 2 model, where indirect providers and indirect resellers work together to sell Microsoft cloud-based services to organizations in multiple locales, verticals, and industries. Other one is direct bill model, which consists of direct partner, also known as tier 1 partner. Indirect model consists of two partner types, indirect provider and indirect reseller. There is a global network of qualified indirect providers who help indirect reseller grow their cloud business successfully in the CSP program. Indirect resellers work with indirect providers who can provide the tools and resources to help manage your customer relationships. While direct bill model consists of only one partner type, that is direct bill partner. Partners purchase Microsoft products and subscriptions directly from Microsoft and sell them directly to their customers through their in-house sales and support staff. Let's talk about Partner Center capabilities. Today, we will discuss some of their main capabilities in Partner Center for CSP program, starting with add new customer tenant, then establish reseller relationship and partnership, ordering subscriptions for customers, roles and permissions, raising support requests, and then remove reseller relationship. Let's start with add new customer tenant. CSP partners, that is, indirect provider and direct bill partners, have this capability of creating brand new Office 365 tenants for their customers. They can use add customer option to create the tenant. However, this is not available for indirect resellers. If the customer already has an Office 365 tenant, then they can establish a reseller relationship with the customers using request a reseller relationship. Now we will understand how to add a new customer to the partner tenant. Once you load the Partner Center portal, go to CSP option, click on Customer, and click on Add Customer tab. Here, you will be able to fill in the details of your new customer. Once the customer is created, you can see the customer listed under your customers list. And now we will understand how to establish the reseller relationship with the existing Office 365 customer. To manage a customer service or subscription on behalf, you should establish the reseller relationship with the end customer tenant by sharing them the reseller relationship link and have it accepted by the global admin user of the customer tenant. The customer must grant you administrator permission to their services. To get administrator permissions from a customer, email them reseller relationship request with delegated admin permissions option selected. Once the customer approves your request, you will be able to log into the services admin portal and manage the services on the customer's behalf. And this is also called as admin on behalf of. In order to establish the reseller relationship, you need to navigate to the Customers tab under the Partner Center portal. Then click on the Request Reseller Relationship hyperlink as highlighted in the slide. As you can see, there is a checkbox which can be enabled or disabled the partners in establishing the CSP relationship along with the delegated admin permissions, post customers approvals. If you check the box as shown in the slide, then the reseller relationship link will be generated along with the DAP. And if you uncheck the box, then the CSP relationship link will be generated without DAP. As an indirect provider, you use a partner center to connect with indirect resellers who can help expand your reach and customer base. Establish partnerships with indirect resellers that allow you both to serve common customers. Designate indirect resellers to manage specific customers and subscriptions. Manage your relationships with Microsoft, customers, and indirect resellers all in one place. Indirect providers can get started by going into the indirect reseller page. Here, you can view all the indirect resellers with whom you already have partnerships established. You can click on Request a Partnership to generate the partnership link and proceed with establishing a partnership with a new indirect reseller. Here, copy and share the partnership link with your indirect reseller and inform the global admin of the indirect reseller to accept the CSP partnership. Once the partnership is accepted, indirect providers can see the indirect reseller listed under the indirect resellers list. Likewise, the indirect resellers can see their indirect providers listed under the indirect providers list. Before we can discuss about how to order for customers, we need to understand various offerings available in CSP program. As a CSP partner, one of the central things you do is offer Microsoft products to your customers. In Partner Center, you can manage all your subscriptions for each customer. You can add offerings, add licenses to existing subscriptions. Also, add trial offerings to customers who want to test it out before converting into the paid ones. In addition, you can view analytics to understand how your customers are using the services under the subscription, helping you provide better support. What is an offer? An offer refers to a plan that is available for purchase. You can choose an offer that best caters to your customer's business needs or requirements. Once you have subscribed to an offer, it becomes a subscription. There are two major categories. First is license-based and usage-based offers, and second is modern offers. License-based offers include Office 365, also known as Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, and Enterprise Mobility and Security, that is EMS. For usage-based offers, we have Azure Global, also known as 0145P. Under modern offers, we have Azure Plan, also known as 17G, software subscriptions, perpetual software, and Azure reserved instances. License and usage-based offers are represented by offer ID, while modern offers are represented by catalog item ID. Now, when it comes to Azure offerings in CSP, there are two types of them. One is Azure Global with offer ID MS-AZR 0145P, and another is Azure Plan with offer ID MS-AZR 0017G. Microsoft partner in the Cloud Solution Provider program have a growing catalog of offers available to them. You can sell the full range of Microsoft Cloud services, as well as a variety of additional offers that changes frequently. You can see the list of offers available under the pricing and offer metrics. Offers for license-based offerings are represented by offer ID. It's a 32-bit unique GUID which represents the offering. This can be used to search the offering in catalog while ordering for the customer. Here, we are showing a part of the price list to show how the offer names and offer IDs are listed under pricing and offers. As we discussed, offers for license-based offerings are represented by 32-bit offer ID. However, modern offers like Azure Plan, reservations, software subscriptions are represented by catalog item ID. However, like offer ID, it's not 32-bit GUID and consists of three parts: product ID, SKU ID, availability ID. For example, there is an Azure reservation called Virtual Machine EV3 Series Reserved Instance, which is represented by this combination of product ID, SKU ID, and availability ID. And hence, the catalog item ID will look something like this. However, please note that the availability ID changes over time. This is how it shows up in the price list. As you can see, product ID and SKU ID are represented here. Now we saw how a combination of those IDs together make a catalog item ID. However, you might feel why this combination and significance of it. Let us talk about product first. Product is an item for sale, but by itself isn't purchasable. For example, let's take this picture of a car. I'm sure everyone in their childhood must have drawn similar version of car. From this, you can understand the product is a car, but one cannot drive this, isn't it? Same applies to the modern offerings. We cannot buy it just with product ID, but it helps us identify that it's product available for sale. A SKU is a purchasable stock keeping unit under a product. This represents different variation of versions of a same product. Like in this example, it's a particular model of a car which can be purchased from a showroom. One can touch, feel, and drive this car. Similarly, in modern offerings like a reserved VM, a different SKU with the name product ID means variation in course, data center, or term duration available for purchase. Whereas the last part, availability, is a configuration in which a SKU is available for purchase. For example, same version of car will be available with right-hand drive in UK, but left-hand drive in US. These variations are included in the product to make it suitable in particular market. Same thing applies for modern offers. Certain changes are made to the product before making available in a particular market, and those are included in the availability. Your company's location determines your market. Your market includes the region and countries where you can sell cloud solution provider program offers. Finally, let us talk about the steps involved in placing an order for a customer in the partner center. Let's select a customer's tenant called Contoso from the list of available customers. Go to the subscriptions or software or Azure reservation according to the ask from customer. And then click on Add Subscriptions as shown in the slide. Search the offering using the name or offer ID in the search box. Add the required number of licenses for license-based offerings in the cart. Review the cart and place the order. You can add multiple offerings in the cart using Add More Products. This is a confirmation page showing the orders are submitted. Once ordered or subscribed to the offer, you can see the subscription in the subscription list. If you have ordered software or reservations, you will be able to see them or manage them in Software or Azure Reservation tab from the left menu respectively. However, you cannot provision a new Azure plan for the customer if they already have Azure Global subscription. These customers can only be transitioned to modern commerce experience where the subscriptions will move under an Azure plan. This is how it will work. It will look once the subscription is transitioned. Azure Plan is created with the subscription showing up under the Azure Plan and transition details separately available below. With this, we conclude the section of placing an order for customers. Now I would ask my colleague, Sachin, to take over the session from here.
Thank you very much, Halima. So let's get started with roles and permission. Roles and permissions in Partner Center can be divided into two broad categories: managing partner admins and managing customer users. Further on this, partner admins are divided into partner organization roles, customer assist roles, and referral roles, post which we would be discussing about managing customer users. The first set of roles we would be discussing are partner organization roles. These roles allow your admins to manage your own partner tenant. There are three admin roles present under this category. Global admin is the role with the highest privilege on your partner tenant, as they can access all the services relevant to your partner tenant. Then comes the billing admin, which can manage your tenants' billing, invoices, and reconciliation files. Last but not the least is the user management admin, who can view, create, and manage your own partner tenant's user. Please note that user management admin cannot create a global admin. Creating partner support requests is possible with all these roles. Next section of the roles are referral admins, where you have three set of roles. Firstly, we have referral admins who can create and manage referrals tab in the Partner Center. Then we have referrals user who can view referrals. Finally, we have business profile admin, managing the business profile for your partner tenant. We want to emphasize on the next two slides where we would be covering the customer assist roles, as most of you might be having one of these permissions. These roles give you admin access to look after your customers. We have admin agent, helpdesk agent, and sales agent. Here's a quick look as to how the left navigation under the CSP section would look like. Helpdesk agent primarily escalates problem to Microsoft and managing the customer services through DAP. Next, we have sales agent, which provides billing support for your customers and help answer their billing queries. At the end, we have the admin agent, which is the highest privilege for managing your customers, covering most of the activities like ordering new offerings, managing their admin services via DAP, and raising support requests. Additionally, admin agent can create and manage customer users and licenses, including password resets, while helpdesk agent will only be able to view this information. Now, we will be discussing about service management capabilities where you will be able to manage your customers' admin services. Service management page allows you to access the customer's different admin centers via the default admin centers and to the subscribed admin centers as per the subscriptions provisioned on their tenant. The accessibility to different admin services is only possible when you have DAP on your customer's tenant. The permissions required to access this page are admin agent and helpless agent only. Here's a quick look on how the admin services will show up. Now, we will show you the steps on how the different admin services can be accessed by your admins. The first way is by searching the customer in the customers list. Expand the account using the down arrow present on the right hand side, post which you will be able to see all the different admin services. The second way to access the service management or access customers admin services is to open the desired customer account. Over here, we have taken our Contoso tenant. Once you're inside the customer's account, you need to navigate to the service management option, where you will see the list of services which can be administered. Let's try to access the customer's Azure Active Directory Admin Center. Once you click this option, you will be redirected to a new tab. Since our test partner tenant has tab on the customer's tenant, we were able to land on their AAD Admin Center. One thing that we would like to bring in your attention that sometimes you might face challenges while trying to access one of these admin centers for a customer's account. In those cases, we would request you to raise support requests with the respective admin center support team. For example, if you face any challenges while accessing the Azure Active Directory, then we would request you can raise a support request to the Azure Active Directory support team via your own AAD portal. Now, let's select Microsoft 365 Service. We have now landed into Microsoft 365 Admin Centers successfully. As highlighted, you can switch to different customers, Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Again, if you face any challenges while trying to access any customers, Microsoft 365 Admin Center, then you can raise a support request from your own Microsoft 365 Admin Center. In order to get your queries or your issues addressed, we would advise you to raise a support request. In this section, we would be discussing about types of support requests available for you. There are two different types of support requests which can be created from Partner Center. Partner support request for your own partner tenant and Partner Center queries. Then we have customer request to create support requests for your customers. Let's discuss partner support request. You will be able to raise technical, billing, offers, and CSP program related queries or concerns from this category. We have a left navigation option present under the Support tab called as Partner Support Requests. Now, we will be showing you a flow of options that needs to be selected while raising Partner Support Request. Firstly, please expand the Support tab, under which you will be able to see Partner Support Requests option. Let's select this option. Once you reach this page, you will see a new request option for raising any new support request with Microsoft, while the open section will show all active support requests raised from Partner Center. Close section will show all previously opened and currently closed ones. Over here, we will select New Request. Once the New Request option is selected, we will land into Help and Support section. The first text box area is the Problem Summary section, where you can type a summary of your issue. Based on your problem summary, Partner Center will recommend different problem types. Select the problem type which best suits your problem issue. According to the problem type you selected, Partner Center will suggest some solutions which you can view by selecting Review Solutions option. On this page, you can view all the recommended documentation which might help you to resolve this issue by yourself. Details of the issue can be provided here. It will lead you to the support request creation page. Submit all the details like customer, tenant, which is impacted by the issue, subscription grid if required. Also, attach the logs captured from Partner Center like Partner Center diagnostic file, problem step recorder, the relevant information which will be helpful for the support team during investigation. Attaching all the required logs will help the support teams for narrowing down the issue and help you with a quicker resolution. If there is a non-CSP issue, for example, issues related to developer tools, incentives, commercial marketplace, or any other program, then you can select the respective program from the Browse Topics option. Support request can be raised for customers, but it will redirect you on the customer's tenant while filling the support request. Partner Center provides a path from the support request section to redirect the admin to the customer's tenant. Admin centers will show up as per the customer's offer subscribed from the customer's tenant. You can raise a support request only if you have the delegated admin permission enabled on the customer's tenant. Only help desk and admin agent can raise a support request for customer's tenant and not the sales agent. Earlier, the option was under the support section, but with the new changes, the team has moved the support request section under the customer's tenant. In order to raise a support request for a customer console, you need to open customer's console account in Partner Center, then navigate to the Service Request tab. The initial process of raising the support request for your customers under the Support tab will redirect you to the customers list and allow you to select this customer you would like to raise the support request for. Let's raise a M365 support request for Contoso. Firstly, we will navigate to the customer and then click on Service Request tab. Then click on New Request tab and select the appropriate service for which the customer is facing an issue. For example, if you selected Office 365, then you will be navigated to Customers Microsoft 365 portal to have a service request raised on their behalf. You will land on the Customers Microsoft 365 support page where you can raise a support request for the customer. We understood how to add a new customer, establish the relationship, ordered offering for your customer, manage their tenant, and raise a support request for them. Now, if the customer or you don't want to continue with this relationship, then we will also have remove reseller relationship option present in Partner Center. To remove the reseller relationship for our customers, ensure that all the active subscriptions for that customer are suspended. All Azure reservations are cancelled. If any subscriptions are still active, then remove reseller relationship link will be inactive. In order to remove the reseller relationship, first we will select the appropriate customer from the customer list. For example, let's select customer Contoso. You can move to the Accounts tab. Once we are in the customer's account page, on the top right corner of the page, we can see Remove Reseller Relationship hyperlink. Clicking on this will remove the reseller relationship. If the redirect reseller is trying to remove their reseller relationship with the customer, they might receive this error. This is because the reseller relationship with this customer was established along with the indirect provider. Unless the indirect provider removes the relationship with this customer, indirect reseller cannot remove the same from their Partner Center portal. We can get more insights about this issue post generating the Partner Center diagnostic file from the error page. Please note that if indirect provider doesn't want to remove the reseller relationship, then indirect resellers can reach out to support for help. Now, let's move on to reporting issues for Partner Center. We discussed in service request how the partners can report issues in Partner Center portal. In addition to that, we have Partner Center diagnostic file, also known as SPOC file, reports any issues in the portal by recording errors or exceptions encountered while accessing the platform. Sometimes the support team might ask for the problem step recorder and the network trace as well. It helps support team and the engineering teams involved in investigating the issue. Either Partner Center generates the diagnostic or the SPOC on encountering any issues, which you can click on collect more information and then save the file, or you can generate it by pressing Ctrl Alt D as in David together whenever support requested for the same. Please note that the support teams might ask you for the latest SPOC files, sometimes to help with the investigation. To generate this SPOC file, we will enter the keys Ctrl Alt D as in David, and once the SPOC file is completely loaded, you will have an option to save the file on the top right corner of the page, which says click here to generate a file for this report. As you can see, this file has complete information of the action that has been taken on the page. HTTP request, defines the type of request that was being made, while HTTP response will provide the response for the corresponding request. Sometimes you might see exceptions recorded here, which were encountered on accessing the respective page in Partner Center. There might be scenarios where the API endpoint is not working properly as per the expectation, or the API calls are failing. In that case, we would recommend you to please raise a support request with the below logs. The first one would be impacted Partner Center API endpoint details. Check respective API documentation for the same. REST API request and response logs along with the timestamp. Also, we would advise you to please avoid sharing the complete code with us. And at the end, we have MS correlation ID. Please enable logging on your side so that you will be able to capture the Partner Center API calls consumed along with the correlation ID. Availability of the write logs and sharing those with the support team will help support in reducing the time taken during investigation. Here's a quick view on how the Partner Center API request looks like. Over here, we have a sample Partner Center API response. And how does it look like? Now, we will move on to common support scenarios. So we will be discussing common support scenarios that might be helpful for you in troubleshooting the issue at your side before reaching out to support. The first one that we would be covering is customer tab not showing up in Partner Center. Many times there has been cases where the partner admins may not be able to see the customers tab post having global admin permissions. As discussed earlier, the global admin is the highest privilege for managing your own partner tenant. However, for managing the customer tenant, your admins need an admin agent role. Additionally, the customer stand can be seen if the admin holds sales or helpdesk agent roles. Here's a quick comparison scenario for you as to how the Partner Center left navigation looks like if your admin holds global admin permission versus when the admin holds admin agent permissions. As a global admin is a partner organization role, they will not have access to customers tab, and it is by design. If the global admin wants to manage the customers, they need to update their permissions with admin agent role. Next scenario includes issue encountered while establishing the reseller relationship. The first one for our discussion is when the admin accepting the reseller relationship link from customer's tenant does not hold global admin permissions. Any other admin on the customer's tenant does not hold rights to accept the reseller relationship link shared by you. If a non-admin will try to accept the reseller relationship link, then this error will appear up on the customer's side. You don't have permissions to access this page or perform this action. Another cause for encountering an error while establishing reseller relationship is when both the CSP partner and the end customer belongs to different regional market. For example, if your company is located in the United States, you can sell CSP offers to the customers in the US and in the US outlying islands. If your company is located in Brazil, you can sell CSP offers to customers only in Brazil. To determine where you can sell CSP offers, find your company's location on the document listed over here. This is how the error will look like if customer from different regional market tries to accept reseller relationship with the partner. For example, the customer is from European market while the partner tenant is from US market. If you try to perform a further analysis of this error event via the browser network logs, you would see the exact error message calling out geo mismatch for relationship type. The next in our discussion under the common support scenario is around the Azure Plan. We will be discussing two scenarios for Azure Plan. First is when the transition from Azure Global to Azure Plan fails due to credit limit restrictions. Second, we will be discussing when you are unable to add Azure Plan to the customer's tenant who already has Azure Global added. There could be a possibility that due to the low credit limit for your partner tenant, the transition of Azure Global to the Azure Plan will lead to an error. In order to get this issue resolved, we would request you to drop in an email to this email address and with your Microsoft tenant ID, which can be found under Account Settings. In this situation, Partner Center will throw you a yellow banner error. When you check the error message present in this POC file, you will see the message something like this. Unable to process order due to insufficient credit limit, please contact the email address for further assistance. Next, we have a scenario where the customer already has Azure Global, that is 145p subscription provision, and then the partner admin is trying to add Azure Plan 17G. As per the product design, it's not a supported scenario, as ideally you can only transition Azure Global to Azure Plan. Azure Plan can be added to a fresh tenant which does not have a Azure Global added. This is how the Partner Center will show you an error if you try to add 17G on a customer's tenant who already has 145p. Here's a quick look from the POC file during such scenarios. Error message calls out stating Azure Plan purchase is not allowed, use transition workflow. Now, let's move on to the announcement section. Announcements page helps you to understand the upcoming features, updates in the Partner Center along with the new CSP offers. In order to access announcements page, you can either use the direct link or you can follow the instructions in our next slides. Move to the bell icon on the top right corner. Click on the announcements page. And then you will land on the announcements page. Let's move on to Partner Center status. This page shows the status of each service in the platform. It will be updated if there is any ongoing issue or any new notification for the respective service. The direct link to access Partner Center status is aka.ms WAC PX status. To navigate to Partner Center status from the portal, you will have to go under the support. If you see green status, then it means all the services are up and running. If you see warning or error status on any of the service, then this requires your attention. If you see a blue icon, then there is an information shared on a service which you can go through. With that, we have come to the end of this session. Thank you so much for watching this session.